I think I just discovered the most crazy thing about the universe, and it has to do with all the colors, and they all follow the same pattern. And I am just mind blown. So, let me get into how psychology, spirituality, religion, manifestation, quantum physics, they all follow the same pattern, including nature. I'm shook, I'm shook. Okay, so what is the base root of all colors that shows us all these colors in nature is a rainbow, right? And a rainbow is created with the sun and we're not going to go into nature, but a rainbow always follows this color pattern. It starts with red, yellow, orange, and it always goes up to green, blue, ending in purple, okay? That's a fact. Everyone knows that. Next fact. Next, there is the electromagnetic light spectrum. So I don't know if you guys remember when you were little and the science fair, they would have UV pens, right? And then you could write on your walls and like it wouldn't show, but when you use the UV ray, you could see what you wrote with that pen, and it would come in a ultraviolet purple ink. Well, believe it or not, it's so much deeper than this. This is the light spectrum, and it shows what is visible to the human eye and what is not visible to the human eye. So violet has the shortest wavelength, but it has the highest frequency, and red has the longest wavelength, but it has the lowest frequency. It's confusing, but bear with me. It'll make sense in the end. So that is literally science, right? And then we have spirituality, which is the vibrational energy chart. At the bottom is feelings like shame, guilt. This is all red, red aura. This energy at the top, enlightenment, peace, love, joy, purple aura. As you can see, I love this chart. I always talk about it. Then we have chakras, okay? And I know some people, they may not be a fan of hearing about chakras, but at the end of the day, it all is connected. And the root chakra is red, based on survival, on trust. And then the highest chakra is the crown chakra, which is violet. And before that is indigo. So you see how even the chakra chart, it starts with root chakra red, sacral chakra orange, solar plexus yellow, heart green, throat blue, third eye indigo. Like it all follows the same pattern. Even when you go to psychology and you look at Maslow's hierarchy of needs, the photo is always shown in a similar color sequence where self-actualization, which is the greatest thing you can achieve, is at the top, purple, and at the bottom is psychological needs, which is red. And even though all of these different charts are the outline blueprints of different aspects like spirituality or religion or nature, it's like they all follow the same pattern, meaning that everything is actually connected and they all are preaching the same ideas, and the pattern and the secret to success is all actually the same. It's like you have to take the same direction. So these colors, this series of colors in this sequence is the universal pattern of energy flow. So in all of these blueprints, red is at the bottom and purple is at the top. What does that mean? Does that necessarily mean that red is bad, red is the lowest, and purple is the best? No, 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 not at all. And this is why I had to look at this deeper and really understand. Because I used to think that, well, if purple's at the top, it must mean it's the best. And yes, it is the most powerful, 100%. But you need to make sure that everything at the bottom is being met properly before trying to get to this, because then if you are unable to get to the top, and even if you think you are at the top at the purple, you are truly not getting the full benefits of it unless you heal the bottom first. And this just goes to show that life is not about the outcome. For example, you want a job, all you're focused on is the end goal, having that job. No, it's about that process. You have to make your resume, your portfolio, you have to talk to people, do the survey, do the interview. Like, everything is that process, and you don't get a good position that's perfect for you unless you go through that process. Because if they just hired you, then you wouldn't be a good fit for the job, and they wouldn't be a good company for you, and it wouldn't work out. But you see how you go through these steps, and then you make it to the most powerful thing that you wanted in the end. This is like these charts, these blueprints, they all follow the same theme, and you have to work on the bottom and focus on the basic things if you want to reach the top. You can't just be like, oh, I'm gonna become a billionaire all of a sudden, when it's like you don't actually love yourself and you don't take care of the people in your family and all these little things. It's like, no, you have those dreams, amazing, but first focus on this, and then let that happen, because life is a pattern and a process. And like, psychologically, colors, they trigger different emotions. So red increases your heart rate and increases dopamine. Green is calming, associated with safety. Blue improves communication and trust. And white or violet is linked to imagination and spirituality. And I feel like this all makes sense. And so, yes, even though red is at the bottom, it is so vital for life. Without red, there's no foundation. It is the bridge of everything: safety, grounding, reproduction, food, safety, and survival needs. You have to make sure that you feel good about yourself first. The problem is that when you're stuck here, that's when it's a problem. When you're stuck in not feeling safe, when you're stuck in feeling guilt and shame, because at the end of the day, guilt and shame are important feelings. When you feel guilt, when you feel shame, this is your intuition, your soul, your conscious saying that, hey, I actually expect more from you, and I know that you chased a worldly desire or temptation, but this guilt is showing that your soul is more powerful than that. So all these things, guilt is definitely super important, but everything in moderation. You feel the guilt, you ask for repentance, and you do better. You don't stay stuck in that guilt, like I'm not good enough, because that is obviously going to become a problem. And so is purple the most powerful color? In terms of powerful, yes, it is. And all facts actually back this up if you guys want to go research that. But in physics, violet is the highest frequency of visible length, so it has the shortest wavelength. Beyond violet is ultraviolet, which we can't even see with the naked eye. And historically, purple dye was rare and expensive, so it became the color of royalty, wisdom, and spirituality. And in chakras, violet is the crown chakra, so it's about unity with the divine. So yeah, purple literally represents the limit of visible energy. Purple is the last color that we can see, but there's more out there that we can't even see, but it's still there. But purple is, I hope you guys get what I'm saying, because it's hard to like put words into everything, but I hope you can just feel it. I hope you just feel the energy and you know what I'm talking about, because this is so much to unpack right now. And now that you know this information, you can use colors with so much intention, because now you know the power that they hold in all these different aspects. So when you need grounding, courage, or energy, if you really need that base, like you have to take care of your base survival needs, surround yourself in red. Imagine the red going across you, healing you. Orange and yellow is when you want creativity and optimism. When you want healing and balance, go in nature. Look at green stuff. You know, like green is so beautiful and healing. Blue for communication and calm. So if you're doing a presentation, wear something blue. If you want to feel peace, like look at the sky. And lastly, purple for meditation, spiritual work, and intuition. If maybe you have a dream journal, maybe get a purple one, because these things, I know you don't think that it makes a direct difference, but it does. And with time, it's like your brain associates these more and more deeper with the psychological effects that they bring, and without knowing, subconsciously or consciously, they're gonna be used to your advantage or disadvantage. So why not just use colors to your advantage? Because colors are so beautiful. And yeah, the bottom line is when you notice this and you comprehend all these charts through your brain and you know that they are all connected and it's the blueprints of life, basically you are noticing the hidden language of energy. Red is survival and foundation. Purple is transcendence, and every other color is the bridge between. Even marketer in marketing, spiritual traditions, like this is being used all around you, whether you know it or not. Because that rainbow you were looking at and pointing at when you were a little kid and excited about, that wasn't just a rainbow in the sky. That rainbow is within your soul, and that rainbow is radiating all around you. So be mindful of it.